Name is Randy Ford from Washington. I'm assistant pastor, but was doing a lot of things with the church and also working in an insurance agency. Went to the doctor just for a physical, and they decided to do a PSA test. PSA is a test they run for possible prostate cancer. 5 days later, I get a call from the nurse that it was extremely elevated. It was about a 20, and normally it's supposed to be 3 or 4. So it just rattled me, shocked me. Finally met with a urologist, and they did a biopsy. A week later, he came back and indicated that out of the 12 samples, 2 were showing signs of cancer. The hardest point was getting the news when they told me my PSA, my blood level, was 19.7. We just came out from dinner with my wife. I told her, and my wife is stronger than I am, and she says, we've been married 47 years. And she says, honey, we've been through other things. We've been through hills and valleys, and we're going to get through this together, and God's going to get us through. To have somebody that could be crying or being all emotional, she's been so rock solid that with her belief in God and her belief in us and her belief in me through other things that we've gone through, this is a piece of cake, but because my PSA has remained high and still is around 20, they've wanted to talk about doing radiation, 9 weeks, 5 days a week for 9 weeks of radiation. So the day I went in to go to get the setup for the biopsy, a friend from across the country in Georgia sent me some information about the truth about cancer. I happened to watch that the night before, went to the radiologist, and I had one more question for him. I said, Doc, I got a cell phone, but I said I could take a picture, a selfie of the two of us, and we can switch heads, and your head will be on my body and vice versa. He says, but now you're still a radiologist, but you're now me with my precise symptoms. And I said, my question for you is, with all your knowledge and what you know, would you do for yourself what you're asking me to do, to consider? And his eyes went down to the ground, and he came back up shaking his head. And he said, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. And I'm thinking to myself, Lord, if this man who's a radiologist and a good one doesn't know that he would do it for himself, why would I want to do that? There was something in my heart, in my spirit, that says, this is not the way to go. I said, I'm not going to do this. I'm a believer. I believe God's given me this body. He given me this mind. I let him know that I was a pastor at a local church. And I said, I believe God has another way for me to do this. And so that's what we did. I'm just looking for the opportunity to go on the journey to get completely well, and been talking to some great doctors here. It's how to get that PSA down where it needs to be. God's not done with me yet, and there's more to do. It's so awesome.